I gotta give respect to my dad, he brought me up on his own, the king raised a man. Good kid but a handful, when I came I probably messed his plans too, but the king did what he had to. I was a middle child, he was extra stressed. Even though we beefed, I was extra blessed. Barely 5 trying to figure in my head how I fall asleep in daddy's car, then wake up in my bed. I didn't get it then, but I do now. People saying I'm a younger you, well, picking up your habits like I didn't understand. Daddy loved beer, I grew to love yak. I love the girlies, but just didn't know how to respect them. Now I got baby sisters I'm protecting, and I'm proud to be my father's son, but still strive to be my father's son. I'm a father's son, but I'm trying to be my father's son. But thank God for what my father's done. I wouldn't have it any other way, the past is done. Thank God that I'm a father's son. I'm a father's son, but I'm trying to be my father's son. But thank God for what my father's done. I wouldn't have it any other way, the past is done. Thank God that I'm a father's son, yeah. New school, I just can't get with the program. Sorry, I'm old school, guess I'm a soul man. Wonder how I got this way. Daddy's records from Nat King Cole through to Marvin Gaye. He had his way with him, spent my life watching him play. Coincidentally, I'm dipping in and out of the game, looking for the next exit, trying to settle for no roses. I just had a couple of nipples. Sorry, I had faith since I was a young and wouldn't let me play my game way in church. I got licks for bugging. Firm African, I kept my cool in the street, cause I fear my dad more than jails and the police. But at the same time, smooth with swag. Black tie, fair, all white suit and a cowboy hat. It could only be one guy, daddy cool, super flat. And I'm proud to be the son of that guy. They say my daddy handsome and not his father's son. And always the one done. It takes a man to make a man come out. With my dad and my mum, I mean I'm my son. Living cousin's favourite uncle, Uncle Victor. Every single boy becoming the whole man. God man, father's son. Third Sunday in June, Father's Day. I bring a card and a beer to my father's place. No surprises, same every year. No fuss, keep it simple. Cheers to my father's taste. And it's a scary resemblance, like I'm a clone of your character and preference. Your style, your smile, your love for the kids. Everything I am already started with him. People tell me I'm a soul man. I look at you and see myself when I'm an old man. Back to the future, back through the past. I'm a father's son, but soon I'll be my son's father. Will I be you when I get there? Will he be me? Guess we'll soon see the next years. If he'll be proud to be his father's son. Little me, little you, little glimpse of the leap. I'm a father's son, but I'm trying to be my father's son. But thank God for what my father's done. I wouldn't have it any other way. The past is done. Thank God that I'm a father's son. Just a little sign to honor my dad for a good job. King. Shout out all the dads, all the uncles. Your influence is necessary, so make it a positive one. We'll title the real man. Salute. God that I'm a father's son. Play an active role in a life you've seen, watch him grow up.
Did you guys? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the platform with me, my Miss Ewa. I think I had the volume down. My apologies for the slight delay, but I appreciate you joining us this evening. I hope you've had a wonderful week, especially the part when we had great weather. And then for those people who were talking about it's too hot, it's too hot. Right now it's cold. It's not freezing cold, but it's cold, it's grey, it's wet, it's what London is. It's not great, but you know, it's fine. There were thunderstorms and hailstorms the other day, but that's okay. We can deal with that, right? This evening, like I said, I hope you've all had a great week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me and my guests, who I'm going to introduce to you in a short while. This evening, we've got a show. We're going to be talking about music, some soul music, everything about music, really. Almost everything about music. And in the second half of the show, we're going to be talking a bit about a sickle cell, which is something that does really affect the black community, some of the Asian community, some of the Mediterranean community, but mostly I think it's the black community. So we'll talk a bit more about that later, but without further ado, I would like to introduce you to my very special guest this evening. He's an artist. Actually, I'm going to get him to introduce himself. So young man, sir.
How you doing? You alright?
I'm all right. I'm gonna just bring the mic over to you.
Nice one. I haven't been called a young man for a little while still, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're always gonna be. You're even lucky I didn't say little. Yeah, you're even lucky. So I'm happy to have you here this evening. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. How's everyone doing? I'll go by the name of One, and yeah,
One as
I'm
in-
here. The
Can you
number
spell
one.
this?
Oh, spell it here. The number one, then the
Uh-huh.
letter NE. So it's just one, but instead of the O, it's the number one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Myself, okay. I'm a Ghanaian, but
Are you a
born
fake
in-
Ghanaian or you're a real Ghanaian?
No,
'Cause I don't know.
as far as I'm concerned, I'm real, man. I'm as real as it gets.
Is
I'm,
it?
I'm Ghanaian, London born and raised, but I am.
You're begging.
Wait, behave. So yeah, and I work in social care, schools, education, care homes, children's care homes, that is. And yeah, I also I'm a songwriter. I write music, make music, soul music. So yeah.
So what, you think you're the soul man?
No, I won't say that.
Soul man. You don't want to get me singing, you know, because
Yeah.
people will stop listening and it'll be a problem. So,
Right.
all right. So, thank you for introducing
Nice
yourself
one.
to us. Have you had a good week?
Yep, the week has been decent. I'm kind of losing track of the days because, as you know, I work in a school as well, and it's the summer holidays, so I get a couple shifts here and there, but every day is like a Saturday and Sunday. So it's like Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Really?
And I don't have them Monday blues no more, so it's all good.
Well, okay, you don't have Monday blues. How did
Nah.
you get away with that one?
Hey, Monday, I don't have an alarm that wakes me up on Monday morning.
Eh.
How about that?
How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? No, we're not fighting. Well, you know, it's great to have you in the studio with me this evening. Thank you. I know we've been trying to arrange it for a while.
Yeah,
And a few weeks ago, you were supposed to come.
yeah.
And I kind of said, oh, please don't come this week because I kind of
Yeah.
snagged an out-of-towner.
Yeah, and then I was
in-
run down as well.
Yeah, and you weren't
And
feeling
I
very
have
well.
no voice.
But we made it.
We
Look,
made it. Here we are.
look at me, mama.
Look at
we
ya.
made
Mama
it.
made it.
Made it, made
I
it.
made it.
We made it. Okay, so I'm going to talk a bit about your music
Alright.
this evening because
Nice one.
obviously I've been listening to your tracks.
Okay.
And I was so impressed. I was like, look at this guy. I was like, wait, did he actually write this whole album on his own? And you did. So I'm
Yep.
first of all, I'm really very, very proud of you.
Nice
I
one.
think,
Thank you.
know,
Appreciate that.
your
I
fans,
do, I
your
do.
family,
Yeah.
we will love you.
Yeah, I love
You're
that,
doing
man.
a
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank you.
So well done. But you know, well, how did you get into me? Why did you decide that you wanted to even write music in the first place?
You know what? It wasn't a decision as such. It was like more a bit of a journey, and it just faded me there. Like I grew up heavily inspired by LL Cool J. He was like my favorite rapper growing up. Yeah, something like that.
I love it,
And
but I
then-
hate that bit.
Okay.
Lips business.
But then as I got older, I believe I was 14 at the time, I first heard DMX, and he changed my life. I was like, he's dark like me, he's angry like me, he's just all of that. Like, he changed my life. And then when I initially did get into music, it was producing. So I was sitting there on Cubase on the keyboard in college, at home, wherever, just making music, sampling, all of that. And I would write as well, but I didn't want to push myself that way. I wanted to stick to the production side of things. But life happened, and people gassed up my writing and stuff like that. Gassed
When
up
you
my
say
lyrics.
gassed up, please, you
Like,
need to
Cool.
remember my age.
Yeah,
Firstly. Yeah, but don't
you're not
remember
that
too
much older than me, so
What?
that's all right.
My friend.
Yeah, people, let's just say for another word, complimented. People complimented my lyrics.
Okay.
People complimented that.
So that's
uh,
gassed up here.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, so
Oh.
yeah, and my lyrics, my flow, all of that. But as my life changed, my writing changed with me, so I was always kind of talking about what I was doing and what I was going through at that time. And yeah, so people that have listened to me for years have evolved with me and have
Okay.
seen my journey as it has unfolded and evolved in different stages through different albums and stuff. So yeah, it's just come to be that way.
Okay. Okay. I see. It's interesting how people get into certain things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can even call it a hobby, turning into like part of your living bread or just something
Yeah.
that you totally love. But
Yeah.
that's awesome. We have some people who are watching us via Bookface.
Bookface.
That's Facebook for
The
you.
Bookface.
Because you don't know. I know that you don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
Via Bookface.
Nice
So I want
one.
to send a shout out to Rumbi. Good evening. To Daniel Adama says, I see you, one. I see you. And he says it a few times. So hi, Daniel. Welcome. Hello, Marilyn. Good evening. If you are tuned in, there's a few more people watching, but I'm not quite sure who they are. So if you are watching, say hello.
Nice
We won't
one.
bite.
We'll shout them out. Who is that? That's Daniel. Shout out Daniel. Who else is
Shout
that?
out to Daniel. Shout out to Rumbi.
Roomby.
To Marilyn.
Marilyn. Shout out.
To everybody else that's listening, basically.
Nice
and
one.
watching.
Everyone. All of y'all.
All of y'all. So, people were gassing up your music and you thought, right, I can do this. But you said that life, your life changed.
Yeah.
And so your writing changed. What was your writing like
Yeah.
to begin with?
To begin with,
Were you writing poems? Because last week I had my guest that came in last week, who's now a published author.
Nice.
So they started with, writing poems to girls and all of that, and he got seriously deep into God. So
Yep.
what were you
yeah.
at the poem stage?
I
Were you
wrote
writing to
poems as
girls?
well. I wrote poems as well, but I wasn't writing to girls. Like basically, at the time when I got into producing, I was making rap beats and people was loving it. But at that time, in that era, it was garage and grime that was popping off here. So I wasn't selling my music because there wasn't many UK rap artists that was really accessible to me. So the MCs that were accessible to me, they all wanted grime, they all wanted garage. So I changed my sound
Yeah.
to suit them.
Okay.
And so in that stage, and I was
My
helping
apologies
them.
for the
No, it's
noise.
alright. No worries. So I was writing like choruses and bars and stuff to give them examples to go by of how I wanted it to sound, because I wasn't a beat maker. I was producing records. Like if I made a beat, I'd already had a vision for it while I was making it, so I knew what direction I was taking it, not just musically but lyrically as well. And every beat that I made, I already, whatever artist I gave it to, I already knew what topic I wanted them to go in on and stuff like that. Yeah. So so went like that, and then as my life changed, my faith was a big part of my life changing. Just coming of age, becoming older from teens to the 20s, early 20s, mid 20s. Everything, my responsibilities were different. Everything was different. So as I grew and my writing reflected that, people that was listening to me from the beginning were evolving with me. So yeah, so that's how it's been for me. That's how the journey's been.
That was a journey.
Yeah.
That was a turnaround.
Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to Linda,
Shout out Linda.
our very own. Shout out to Linda.
Yep.
She said she's listening. Junior's listening.
Shout out
Also,
Junior.
Amanda's listening.
Amanda. Shout out
Says
Amanda.
Auntie Joanna.
Auntie
We're going to talk about
Joanna.
Auntie Joanna later. Also, Adepa is tuned in. Angelina. Mr. Laye's in. So we've got a few people listening. Also, Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. He said, nice one. Nice one.
Oh.
Every time.
Oh yeah, I
Thank
get hotted up for that. I do say nice one a lot, but I don't
You
actually
do
realize
say it
that I'm
quite a lot,
saying it.
actually.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
realize
you,
I'm
Dwayne.
saying it until I actually get pulled up on it. So yeah,
Nice
thanks,
one, yeah.
Dwayne.
Nice one, Kaz. Nice one, sis.
Yeah.
You do say an awful lot. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
I'm
give
sorry.
you, like, something else to say. Like, think about what else you're gonna say to people.
I don't know. I don't
We're
know.
gonna, as long as it's not yo, we're good.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
you can
yeah.
keep nice one. Okay, so your music has evolved, but at this point, you know, you're in school. You finished school. You're working at this point.
Oh no, at that point I was in college.
Okay.
When I started making beats, I was in college. I had an interest from school, but I wasn't actively making music until I
Okay.
was in college. And then I changed my course to do music technology, took it to uni with me to do that. And yeah, I just kind of stuck with it from there. So music was, I already knew that music was what I wanted to do before I even knew what career I chose that I was going to end up in. So yeah, that was an early decision.
But that's a good standard,
Yeah,
though, isn't it?
yeah.
I swear sometimes I still don't even know what I want to do.
Mm.
But that's good that you know from the back.
Yeah.
So what influenced your love of music? I know probably your dad is going to get involved in this.
Oh,
I know you said that
yeah.
you loved LL Cool J, but
Yeah.
for the kind of music that you make, which we'll get into shortly,
Yeah.
there has to be some more kind of like maybe Motown influence.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I know
yeah.
LL, whilst licking
Yeah.
his lips, he wasn't near Motown. I do love LL Cool J,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
just, that licking lips thing hurts me.
Oh, sorry about.
But he's still fine though.
Yeah, but
So what was your influence? What's your
Uh,
musical influence apart from LL,
well,
Mr. Ladies Love?
growing up, like when my dad used to take me out, drive me around and stuff like that, and we're talking like 80s, yeah, in
Late
the
80s. Stop
yeah.
trying to beg age.
Yeah, hey, behave. I've got memories from the 80s, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I've
But
got a few
yeah.
people who's gonna
Yeah.
call in with memories
Yeah.
of you in the 80s too.
Oh, please don't. So yeah, basically, like, you know what the cars were like in the 80s, and the audio was cassettes,
Yeah.
cassette players. Every car had a cassette player.
Yeah,
So I would sit in a front passenger seat with the glove compartment, and I could choose the tape.
So
But
you were
my-
the DJ, the car DJ.
Basically.
Oh my
I wa-
God.
that
And what
was
was your brother?
that was the original aux cord. That was the cassette player, and that was it. There was no Spotify or nothing like that.
No.
So I was literally picking what I wanted, but my
Yeah.
options were all my dad's tapes. So it was like Lionel Richie from the Motown era, like, you know what I mean, some Gloria
Yeah.
Estefan in there, Marvin Gaye,
God.
Nat King Cole,
Hey.
Donny Hathaway, like Isley Brothers, like it
What
was
do you know
all
about all these people?
all the yeah,
Young
like
man.
so like I grew up off Motown. I grew up off Motown. My older brother's influence to me was NWA, and I got into LL Cool J. I first heard LL Cool J through my older brother.
Okay. Shout out to your older brother.
Yep. And then DMX off my own accord. That was when I was in school, and I used to listen to Tim Westwood and record it, like, you know, when you put the
When
little
you press
paper,
it down and
yeah,
then
you
you
know when you put the
rewind it
little
to write
paper in the
down.
tape so
Yeah.
that it can record. Yeah, I used to do that, and like, yeah. DMX, he changed my life in regards to that, in regards to music
Your
and
musical
rap.
taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I kind of gravitated a bit more towards the Motown sound when I got into producing,
Okay.
because a lot of my favorite producers would
Like
sample. Okay, favorite producers. If you want, I can put out Just Blaze, Swiss Beats.
Okay.
Obviously, everyone got a shout out Timbaland, Neptunes, and all
Yeah.
everyone. But that heavily influenced me. What I was trying to do. They were all sampling,
Yeah.
and I was digging through the crates and old records that I thought, okay, no one sampled this one before, no one's messed with that song before, and I just thought, let me try and flip that. And although people was loving it back then, they were all grime MCs and wanted, oh, can you make it faster though? And I thought, if I make that 140 BPM, it's gonna ruin it. So I need to make something fresh for you. So that's how I ended up getting into the grime instrumentals and the garage instrumentals. But when it came to that, I wasn't passionate about it.
Okay.
I wasn't passionate about it. And at this point,
So you were getting paid?
yeah, a little bit here and there, like £50 for that instrumental, like, you know, no big money. But these were artists that weren't blown; they were like on my level as well. Yeah, so nobody was like doing their thing like that on that level. This was in the MySpace era now, taking it back to MySpace, where everybody was just trying to.
There's a few people that don't know what MySpace is.
Like, okay, MySpace was the original SoundCloud.
I remember.
Before Facebook came and took over the internet, MySpace was the one that everybody was on. Everybody was on
High Five.
MySpace.
Do you remember High Five?
Yeah, but High Five wasn't for
Really
artists.
music. No,
High
it
Five
wasn't. You're
was
right.
just for pictures. MySpace was the one, and whenever we'd upload a new instrumental, like me and my producer friends from our music technology course, and my MC friends as well, whenever we'd make a song, we'd put it up on MySpace and we'd log into MSN, which was the original BBM and WhatsApp, and then we'd go on MSN and spam
You're
all
going
our
far back.
friends.
I don't know if I want to go this far back.
We'd spam all of our friends.
Yeah.
Go on MySpace. We put up a new song. Don't know the MySpace, so yeah, and that's how we were doing things back then. That was the networking back then. That was a start of the social media way of doing things.
Okay.
Before, like, you know, before that, and even during that time, but before that especially, the only way was like making cassettes, burning CDs and giving them out. And there's people that still do that till this day, so respect them to their hustle,
I
going
personally
around
like that.
Westfield and Oxford Street giving out and selling CDs.
Yeah, I still bank on, if I go out, getting a CD, because my car is also old school, so I have.
So you got a CD player
I've
in
got
your
a CD.
car.
It's not a tape player.
Yeah.
So I've moved the next step up, but
Yeah.
it's, the other day I was asking one of my friends, who's a DJ, that look, I need CDs because some idiot broke into my car and took all my CDs. All my Motown stuff is gone. Everything, all my CDs
I
are gone.
can hook you up when it
You
comes to Motown. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. I'll
Hook me
hook
up.
you up. As soon as this
Cuz
show's
hook me up.
done, I'll
You're
give you
gonna
a
hook me
couple
up.
playlists right there.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, nice one.
So this is my life.
Yeah.
So that's okay. So let's fast forward a little bit. Right, I know that you've dropped 3 albums.
Yeah, this is the 4th one.
This is the
one.
4th,
Yeah.
right? So I want to talk about this one
Yeah.
because, admittedly, I haven't really listened to much of the other ones. But
That's alright. It's
when
all
you
good.
sent me this, and what's the name of this album?
This album's called Authentic Soul.
Authentic Soul.
Yeah, but it's a play because soul is an acronym and that stands for Source of Unconditional Love. So it's saying authentic soul, that it's authentic soul music, and it's also saying authentic soul, like it's about unconditional love, and also that it's just
I didn't know.
sharing my authentic soul, like I'm being transparent across the album through the music. So yeah, it's just about authenticity in every way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know that now.
I do now. I
Yeah,
like that. Did you guys hear that?
SOUL.
Source of unconditional love.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of love on that album. There's a
Yeah.
lot of I mean, I'm going to play a few of the tracks.
Oh, nice one. One.
But one of my favorite ones was the one, I don't know, is that Validated?
Validated, okay.
I think it's Validated. I'm going to play it.
Oh, nice
and then I
one.
want you to, talk to us a little bit about that particular one. if
Okay,
that's
nice
okay.
one. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Alright, nice.
All right. Let me cue it up. My music playing skills ain't
Okay.
always the best, but
Alright,
we're going to try.
nice.
Okay, hold on, everybody. So this is Validated,
Yep.
and I mean, is this life? This is life, but this thing don't wanna do what I want it to do, which is annoying. Oh. All right, here we go.
When they ask how sure I'm, you're a diamond, a jewel with the finest cuts, everything you've been jeweled. When they ask how your tears fall, you are still shining. When they ask how sure I'm, you're a diamond, a jewel with the finest. I know you got mileage, you failed cause you got, feeling like you failed cause you got mileage. You only really fell when you stopped trying. I know your tears fall, you were still shining. When they ask how sure I'm, you're a diamond, a jewel with the finest cuts, everything you've endured been designed for you. Memories of pain should be reminding you that nothing more perfect than God's time and love. So keep striving, love, keep rising up. Keep your faith in God, believe you are enough. Keep your mind above whatever's holding you down. Keep your head up high, readjust your crown. Wow, when you're the king's daughter, you a princess. Whether things are in order, a great distress. Your destiny set, just be navigating. Your slate's white pure, you're validated.
You never made it this far, just to never make it. No matter what's in your past, you are validated. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down. Remember what's on your heart, don't forget it, baby. Caesar buried to plant, you are so amazing. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down.
Whoa, you got the weight of the world upon your shoulders, but you were taught to man up, show no emotions. Now even your fam don't know you're broken. Bottom of the bottle is how you're coping. Raw, walk with me, bro. I ain't no therapist, but talk with me, bro. Suicidal in your darker zone. I should've been there, but you were going through it alone. Give me your heart, bro. Shit's deep, cause we were both going through it, but I ain't told you either. Now we got accountability, we need to reach out to a better than one, and one really needs you. Hold me down, brother. Years I piled up pain, but you hadn't let it out yet. Out, cause you never had an outlet. And you ain't never got a battle on your own. You're God bless and your brother at the end of the phone. Love.
You never made it this far, just to never make it. No matter what's in your past, you are validated. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down. Remember what's on your heart, don't forget it, baby. Caesar buried to plant, you are so amazing. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down.
Whether you've been abusive, they violated your hormones. Or you wanna run from a country that's a war zone.
Country that's a war zone.
My mum and dad locked in a prison. We gotta do better for our kids getting lost in the system.
Getting lost in the system.
Pour out my heart and thoughts on the rhythm. We got babies who need more than what they're given. Wrongdoers, I was taught to forgive him. If you know one, he only talks what he living. It's only right that we walk in our truth, honor the ancestors, but invest in the youth, educate and guide them, equip them with tools, share your own knowledge with them, don't rely on the schools. Feed them with love first, before you swag them up, giving them Balenciagas, but not manners, huh? When we raise a roof, that should be the ground they walk on, and the next generation level up even more so. They barely grown out of using Play-Doh, and you wanna use them as scapegoats? Rah. You're demonizing angels, and we the one who put the dirt on their halos. Love.
You never made it this far, just to never make it. No matter what's in your past, you are validated. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down. Remember what's on your heart, don't forget it, baby. Caesar buried to plant, you are so amazing. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down. You never made it this far, just to never make it. No matter what's in your past, you are validated. Don't let them break you so down. Don't let them break you so down.
I think that's one of my favorite tracks
Nice
on
one.
your album. So
Thank you. It's one
I
of
should have
mine
got
as
you
well.
to introduce it first.
Actually,
But I was a bit
that's fine.
excited. I was
Alright.
excited.
It's alright. It's
Got
alright.
excited.
It's alright.
So tell me, like, why you wrote that song.
Well, I wrote that song.
Yeah.
Okay, that song Validated is just well, it's like encouragement for people that are dealing with negative situations, like
Yeah.
whether it's mental health, whatever it is that they're going through. Verse 1 is talking to the sisters going through it. Verse 2 is talking to the brothers going through it. And verse 3 is about the youth, but not talking to them. It's talking to our generation and elders about how we should treat them. So we're not setting them up to fail, and we're actually giving them the right essential tools that they need so that they don't end up going through the things that we're seeing a lot of our generation going through.
But why did
So,
you
yeah.
write it?
Why did I write it?
Yeah.
Life, people. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are fighting secret battles, and so I thought, you know what, let me do a little something for them.
Okay.
Let me do a little something for them.
Was any of it like through personal experience at any
Yep.
point?
Yep, not just personal experiences though, but even experience of friends that I know what some people have gone through and had to deal with in their life. And life ain't easy, but when people are going through things like that on their own as well, and it's often difficult to talk about things like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes people just continue to go through it by themselves without seeking help. So that was to them.
To
That
just
was a little dedication to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like, how it says, don't let them break your soul down.
Yeah.
Because I believe anyway, there's a lot
Yeah.
of broken people.
Exactly.
And like
a
you
lot.
said, we don't talk about things. People
Yeah.
keep things to themselves.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pain and hurt in people.
A lot.
And unfortunately, sometimes it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. And either the person burns out
Yeah.
or they blow out.
Yeah.
There
And
doesn't usually seem to be a middle place, whether they burn out, blow out in front of
Yeah.
people or they do it privately, but it happens.
know.
But I love that song. I love the encouragement. Obviously, as a
thank
woman,
you.
as a black woman, I appreciate that first verse very much.
Oh, nice one.
Sean sounds amazing on it.
yeah.
You sound great on it. It's
Thank
a
you.
great
Shout out
collab.
Shan. Shout out Shan. She came through last minute. For me, because that song I was supposed to do with someone else, but they chose a different song to be on.
okay.
Instead of that, I reached out to her and she was like, yeah, of course, whatever kind of thing. She was down for it. So once I wrote the chorus and sent that over to her, she just did her thing and she owned it. So I was like, yeah. So shout out to
did.
Shan.
So
I
did you
really do.
write the whole thing?
Yeah.
And so she just put her voice and made it her own
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's something. So did you also like arrange? I don't know much about putting on music. I know about hearing and dancing
you mean
to
the
it.
melody?
Yeah, but did you
Oh,
put
yeah.
the melody?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you
The
do all
actual
of that?
instrumental isn't me.
Okay,
The words, all the words are me. The instrumental
not
just
so
took
much.
that off YouTube.
Did you arrange? I hear about people arranging songs, song
Oh
arrangement.
yeah.
did all of that?
Yeah, structure, vocal structure, lyrical structure, all of that.
Okay. So what is the message that you wanna? I mean, it's in the song, but for those who heard it for the first time, I want to listen to it again.
Yeah.
What's the message that you want to send out to the sisters?
To the sisters, to the brothers, to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them break your soul down. Just keep going. Whatever you've got going on, do not let it break you.
Yeah.
Do not suffer in silence. Do what you need to do
Yeah.
to help yourself and get yourself out of that situation.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
it may not be an overnight process. It may take time, but you can get past however bad it is. Like, God don't let anyone deal with anything that he don't think they can deal with. Like, you know what I mean? So all the tools are around us that we need to get out of what we need to get out of. So if we can access what we need to, just make sure you do.
Okay.
Yeah, whether it's external help or just doing something within yourself that you need to do what it is. Yeah.
Thank you. So, shout out to everybody that's still listening.
Nice
Thank you
one.
for your ears and your eyes this evening. Like I said, I hope you've all had a great week. It'll be good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about the music.
Nice one.
If you've got any questions for one or for myself, you can get us on YouTube, On Facebook, you can call in. The telephone number is 0203 002 8482. If you're calling from WhatsApp, it's +44 203 002 8482. You can comment on Facebook. We're on Periscope TV as well. And if you're stepping out or something, you still want to listen, you can get us on TuneIn Radio. If you search for Fire Live Radio, we are there. We're in a few places, and I hear we're also on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know. But yeah, if you are listening, let us know. Good evening to Boss Lady, who does the Drive Time show before me. Good evening to my boss.
Lady. Shout out your boss.
Yeah, my boss, Ohineba, aka Divine. He's like
Divine. Shout out, man.
he's
like
the
Divine.
man. He's the man. Like, I fall into so many problems when I'm here, and he's always hooking me up and sorting me out, looking after me when I'm in the studio. So thank you. Shout out to you.
Big shout out, Divine. Man like Divine. Thank you.
Yeah, man like Divine imprints. If you want, merchandise, Junior, when you've got merchandise to print and logos and things like that.
Nice one.
He's definitely the man.
Alright, that's a family hookup. Nice one.
Yeah, and shout out to the family that's also listening this
shout
evening.
Out Amanda and Junior again.
Yeah, and to Auntie Joanna.
Auntie Joanna, big shout out.
I'm gonna have to tell you the story about Auntie Joanna.
Oh, mate.
But to just the whole family. All right, so I want to go on to. There's quite a few songs. How many songs are on your album?
On this one, there's 10.
There's 10.
Yeah, 8 tracks and 2 bonus tracks on the end.
Go on, giving us
there.
more, a little bit more than what we deserve.
Oh, come on.
We
now.
deserve it.
You know why?
Why?
Because I made you lot wait so long. The third one.
Yeah, you kept
The third
saying.
one came out in 2014. So it was over 5 years. 5 years and a month, because it was April 2014, and this one came out in May.
My friend, what were you doing in
29.
between? What was
Life.
life?
Life.
What was life saying to you in that 5
Life.
years? What did you
Life.
miss writing? Did you miss?
No, I was still
not
writing.
dropping anything?
I was still writing, but the last project that I put out was a group project, so there was a lot of us involved in that, but from there, some have had was moving house, some had children, stuff like that. So things just slowed down for us as a group. So I knew that I would, if I got back onto it. There were other plans that I had, but I've still got them. It's just that they're delayed now. Life just got a bit more different. Like, you know what I mean, for me.
Became an adult.
All of that. All of that. I was already an adult then, but all of that. So life just got in the way. I was always writing, but then I just thought, you know what? I picked up the phone and called my engineer, and I said to him, you know what? I need to put out another album. I've shortlisted 16 tracks that I want to do, and he then had his baby coming on the way. So shout out my boy Burn, congratulations to him on baby number 2. Because the baby was coming, his idea was he suggested that we'll record like 6 or 7 tracks and then take a hiatus and then record the rest of the album afterwards. But we've been working together for, as I said, all 4 albums. The only material that I didn't do with him was the mixtape material, but when it came to all the albums, I've recorded that with him. So he knows my working pattern. He knows how my drive is when it comes to that. And so I just let him know, you know what, it's not gonna happen, because me, the way that I work, if I was to record like 6-7 tracks and then we take a couple months out, when we go back and record the rest of it, I'll listen to the earlier stuff and I'll be like, you know what, it ain't the same energy, and then I'll re-record all of the stuff we've already done. So I thought, you know what, we'll round it down to an EP.
Perfection.
yeah, I thought, well, I just wanted the whole thing, the whole body to have the same energy across it. So yeah, we cut it down to an EP, so it was 6 tracks, and then
That's an EP.
yeah,
And
well,
so
4
an
to
L-
6 tracks is an EP,
And LPs
and
anymore.
LPs like 8
Wow,
plus.
I'm learning stuff today.
Yeah, EP stands for, it's like easy listening, easy play.
Okay.
So like a quick thing to get through, quick project, and then LP, that's long play.
Okay.
And then I rounded it down and I chose the 6 tracks, and then during that time I wrote 2 more tracks, and I said, okay, let me just add these 2 on there because it's very relevant. And then when I designed the artwork,
Yeah.
all those songs needed to be on it
Okay.
because it was a representation of the whole project, and of myself as well. So yeah, and then so yeah, we rounded it up to 8, and I just thought, oh, why not make it a double digit? Why stop there? So we just took 2 older tracks that we'd already done. One was my solo off the group project, and one was my solo off my project with Losh. Shout out my brother Losh, man. That's my brother. I don't need to say no more. He knows what I'm saying. So yeah, So we rounded that up to 10, and they also fit the theme of Authentic Soul as well. So where everything was in line with each other, and it just gave a fuller picture of the body of work it was. I thought, yeah, we were both content with it. Like even from the mixing stages, before we'd actually mastered everything, we were both satisfied. We were both satisfied. So when he did come with a finished product, after we'd mastered everything and sent it back to me, yeah, it was a journey. It was
Well
a journey.
done.
So yeah,
Well done,
thank you.
brother.
Yeah, shout out my brother Burn, my brother
Burn.
Losh. Burn, yeah.
Name's one, Burn. We're in there. But you know, Gerald Techi
Yes.
says, sup guys, what's good? Hi,
Yep.
Gerald, everything's
Yes,
great.
G, Spike G.
We're here in the studio, but this man is asking, he says, top 5 rappers debate, go.
Oh,
Who are you going to
I know.
wait, is there a
Top
story
5.
behind this?
Okay.
Gerald.
My top 5 rappers are all old school.
Okay,
My top 5 rappers are all old school
that's fine, you can tell
because
us.
that's the era that I was in love with. If I have to, oh mate. okay.
But I think, you know, whilst you're bringing this up, Gerald, you started this, so who are your top 5?
Yeah, tell
top
him to type in his
rappers?
top 5.
Type it in or call
if you
into
want
the
to, we
studio.
can call in. Yeah.
And I want to hear this.
Yeah.
And I know you guys aren't even going to try and answer me, but definitely Tupac and Biggie are in mine.
Okay.
DMX is
okay.
in mine.
Yep, 100%. Okay.
My other
okay.
2 I'm going to have to think about. Good
Okay.
evening, DJ Mahama, who just shared the stream. Guys, like and share the stream. Let us know how we're doing in the studio. So, 1.
Okay.
Who's your top 5?
All right, cool. This is a
Be
difficult
careful though,
one.
because
This is a difficult one. Okay, number 5. Jadakiss. I have to.
Jadakiss.
Yep,
Okay,
number
okay.
5.
Okay.
Number 4, Styles P.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, I tell a lie. I saw an article about him today. I don't know.
Today. Okay, forward that to me. I'll check it out.
Alright,
Number
Jadakiss,
3.
Star-
Yep.
Styles P.
Number 3, DMX.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna get a lot of stick for this. Number 2, Nas. No.
Yeah. Okay. Who? All right. Go.
Number 2, Tupac. Number 1, Nas.
Wicked.
And I'm gonna get. And the reason that I've chosen them and a lot of amazing artists that are actually top 5. Definitely top 5 and world class, like Jay-Z, Biggie, LL Cool J, Big L, that I didn't put in mine is
I don't know
because
if I would really put LL Cool J in top.
I will explain that after I explain
Okay,
my
okay,
top 5. The reason I've put those as my top 5
Okay.
is because I like the more poetic stuff, and Styles P, hands down,
Yeah.
Nas, all them hands down. When it comes to the poetics, the storytelling, all of that, they are the best. And that's what I can say. Consistency as well.
Okay.
DMX, all of them, I can say that straight away. But the people that I would say are like top 5 lyricists, flow, all of that, that would be the Jay-Z's, the Biggies, that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are the ones that are. So when people don't hear them in my top 5, this is a big barbershop debate that I've had several times.
I don't know
and
what I've
people's
stepped
like,
into.
what? Yeah. This is a big barbershop debate that I've had over the years.
Okay.
And I've stuck by my guns. I'll always give Jay-Z the credit is due, because he has actually been across so many errors, and he's remained at that level that he's at, regardless
just
of
not in your top
who's.
5.
Yeah, but that's because of what my preference is based on, not because of the lack of his ability, but because of what my preference is based on.
Okay.
So yeah, but in regards to LL Cool J, why he needs to get his props is because if you listen to 80s hip hop, you can tell that a lot of today's hip hop and 90s hip hop and everything that is has been at the best commercially across the late 80s, 90s and noughties and probably up until today is going off his template, because he changed the game. He's the one who came in with the flow that a lot of people carried through the 90s and noughties.
Okay.
Before him, Big Daddy Kane, all those people that was considered the greats, they weren't doing it the way he was doing it.
Okay.
They weren't doing it the way he was
So
doing
ladies
it.
love.
Yeah,
Cool J.
his style, like, even though all of them were pioneers, his style is what influenced a lot of these. He remained at the top, not just through the 80s when he was like going up with the likes of Run DMC and Big Daddy Kane and Kool Moe Dee and everyone that was considered the greatest then. He was among the top 5 then.
Okay.
In the early 90s, when things changed and it was the Tupac up there, the Biggie up there, all of that, he was still considered among the top 5. And then in the late 80s, when it was the DMXs and the Jay-Z's and all them at the top, he was still considered among the top 5 right through to his GOAT album, the GOAT album. After that, when he started doing the more J-Lo stuff and everything like that, people kind of started not paying. But by that point, he's already a legend.
The man.
He's already got legendary status. He's put in enough work to prove that across 3 different generations of hip-hop, he's been among the top 5.
Okay.
So yeah, that
Thank
is
you.
You've
You've done well to explain your LL Cool J in there. So Gerald, I hope
Gerald, I want to hear yours.
he's not said anything. And
he's
if the
gone.
phone line is not working, please by all means
Type
call
it
us
in.
on a WhatsApp number,
Yeah.
which you can get us on 0044 203 002 8482. You can definitely get us in there, or you can just, you can write it up. I'll read it out. I can read sometimes. Okay, you know what? We're running behind time because we've got another big subject that we're going to talk about in the second hour. But before we get there, what's the next track that you love? I mean, I know that you love all your tracks, but what's the next one? I want to talk about Real Black.
Real Black.
I'm not even going to give you
cool.
the choice. I want to talk about Real Black.
Real Black is
and before I play it, I want you
right
to introduce that song. What were you thinking when you were writing that song? What inspired you to write it? Was it LL Cool J? Okay,
No.
so that's a track, and I think, is it Ray Marilyn that's on that track?
Ray Marilyn, shout out Ray.
Okay, so tell us a bit about that before I play a bit of it.
Okay, that is one of the 2 new songs that I wrote after I reduced it to a 6-track. That was inspired by, I just wanted to put something out there about representation and encourage us, like champion us and empower us, because what I've noticed over time, and you probably have as well, like growing up in the 90s, the only dark-skinned woman that was allowed to be kind of considered glamorous through the media was Naomi Campbell.
Yep.
And even she wore wigs and weaves and everything. You haven't seen nothing of her with her natural hair out. If there is, I haven't seen it, or it hasn't, like, you know what I mean? And everyone else, whether they were actress or artist, that was dark skin, that was out there, it was either they were given like either a ratchet role or something like that. Basically, let's just say too many Little Kims, not enough Foxy Browns. I mean, too many Little Kims and Foxy Browns, not enough Lauryn Hills.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I just I felt that was important. But what actually inspired me to write it was when I was like, I've got quite a few godchildren, and
just a
some
few.
of them are dark skin. Like, you know what I mean? Some of them are dark skin as well. And I thought, you know what? Because our generation are going through this, I don't want their generation to go through that. And it was stuff like even things like having toys that represent them, having anything that represents them, that looks like them. And I wanted the model on my album cover to be a dark-skinned female with her natural hair out. But the first few people that I actually approached about it loved the concept of what I was trying to do, but they themselves didn't have the confidence to do it. So I just thought,
That's a shame.
So like, it started to bother me a little bit, but I thought, you know what, I understand exactly why it's like that, because what they've been shown as the standards of beauty and the standards of everything through the media, things are changing for us now because of social media, Instagram, everything. We are now our own narrative, and we basically control the media ourselves, and we're accessible to whatever we want. Back in the 90s, we weren't like in control of what the media was pushing out. So if the media said this, and if Hollywood said this,
That was it.
then that was the gospel truth, kind of thing. And that's just what was accepted. And like even to this day, females that I've spoken to that are my age and older than me don't feel confident or comfortable to go to either a wedding or a job interview with their natural hair out.
It's really funny
and
that
it's
you should
like
say
a
that.
function, any function that is considered up there, but that's the hair that God put in your head, that God put out of your scalp. Who told you that it's not acceptable? Who told you that it's not beautiful? They lied to you. So like we've actually done a little video for that song, and that will be coming out real soon. And every female in there has either locks, afro, crochet,
How come
braids.
I wasn't in this video?
Like, I sent a
You did-
broadcast
I
out.
think
I
you
sent a
did
broadcast out.
And I nominated other cousins and not me.
yeah.
You're right.
I said
Okay,
it
I
out.
take it back.
I said
take
it
it
out.
back.
Yeah. So like, there is no wigs, there is no weaves, there is no nothing in the video.
I
It is
love
just
it.
all natural.
I haven't
everything
seen the
natural.
video, but I love it.
Nah, it hasn't been released yet.
When
I'm actually meeting with a videographer on Friday to view it, and it will be out real soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the finishing touches. So shout out Nick and Freddie from Trillium Productions that really went in on this, man. I'm really excited to link up
Okay.
with them again on Friday. And
Okay, I'm going
so
to play
Real
that.
Black. All right, nice one.
Before I do, want to send a shout out to Fitz, who's just joined us,
Shout
to Tim
out,
Martley.
Fitz.
He says, yes, my G.
Yes, my G.
Okay, yes, my G. Me too, I'm your G, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a G.
Tim Ali, that is.
No, it's Tim Martley.
Tim Martley.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim Martelli. Yo,
Martelli,
Tim.
I'm so sorry,
Tim.
I can't read.
Shout out to
I was trying to,
Tim
like,
is
make it
actually
posh.
in the video too. He's in one of the
Okay.
restaurant scenes. So shout out Tim.
I will look out for Tim.
Shout out King.
I'll look out for Tim. Shout out Tim.
Yeah.
And also to DJ Ice. There's a few people also watching on YouTube.
DJ Ass. Shout out DJ Ass.
123 Smoothie.
Oh yes, shout out everybody.
And
1, 2, 3
and to
Smoothie.
Jessica.
Jess.
Jess is on.
Shout
Hi,
out
sis.
Jess. If we're shouting out Jess, you know we got to shout out Toby, Maxwell, and
to
Ruby.
Max and Ruby. Shout out to you guys. Shout
all
out to
of you,
Davina.
all of you.
Usually-
Davina.
I know she's listening. She said she would be. But
Wicked, nice
Yeah,
one.
to
Shout out to
Papa,
everybody. Yeah.
it's all the whole family.
Tots, everybody. Shout out everybody.
Oh, Tots. I forgot you guys. Okay. Shout out to Tots.
Cool.
Yes, I'm gonna play that song because I really love it. I love the messages in
Nice
on your album. When I first listened to it, and then I listened again, and I was like, you know what? There's actually there's a song on here for everybody. Like there's one
that's
that
what I
everybody.
didn't-
There's definitely one or
Yeah.
two that everybody is
Yeah.
going to like.
Yeah.
Just love or just really identify with.
I didn't want to leave anyone out. I felt
I don't
that
think you
I
did.
wanted to
You did
address
good.
something for everyone. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate hearing that.
So this is Real Black,
Real Black.
featuring Ray Marilyn.
Yeah.
I love the message. I hope you guys,
Wicked. Shout out Ray.
love it too. It's not that one.
But no.
It's coming. It's
Alright,
coming. you
cool.
guys.
I also got to shout out Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack because it's their chorus and their thing. So the little old sample you hear at the end, that's the original Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Be
Okay.
Real Black for me.
Okay. This thing will just, this is SoundCloud being extra, but here we go.
Nice.
This it.
Yeah.
Now I ain't saying hate what they got, just saying love what you got. Love your afros, your braids, your locks. That's for you lot, our own styles indeed. There ain't no need for blonde, European, Brazilian, Indian weeds. We're kings and queens with our own crown, so white. Our skin is so dark, our future so bright. So we can bin a nigga, y'all trash. Bigger niggas up. I got a whole bag of brothers, but you my realest ones. You think it's hyper silly, but this is for Lige and Livy and all my dark skinned kiddies in every single city. Black girl magic, black boy joy. Let no one hush your dreams, make your black boy noise. Ruh. You the one in charge, don't self-sabotage. Love the skin you're in, ain't got a camouflage. They might say you're black that and black this and blacklisted, but nah, you're young, black and gifted.
Be real black for me.
I'ma teach us to love our features.
Be real black for me.
Even when they hate it, we gonna celebrate it.
Be real black for me.
Can you feel one? You a real one.
Be real black for me.
African king, we the real thing. Dark chocolate angel, so fine, no makeup needed, love. You already shine. Growing up back then, the media ain't glamorize you. So now when you hear you beautiful, you think it's lies view. I'm trying to show you when I look at yourself. You're rich in melanin, your complexion is your wealth, perfection is yourself. By God's design, and He ain't made no mistakes when He had you in mind. Your big lips are gorgeous, big hips are flawless, hair immaculate, and you share enough with all of us. Your love so deep, I just can't be sure. Love yourself back, and it's a rap. You're the purest. Facts, your endurance is one of a kind. You ain't gotta raise your voice, you just keep me in line. You may have heard free for a dark skin girl, dead bars, but listen to my heart sing, girl. We're singing. Be real black for me. I'ma teach us to love our features.
Be real black for me.
Even when they hate it, we gonna celebrate it.
Be real black for me.
Can you feel one? You a real one.
Be real black for me.
African king, we the real thing.
Be real black for me.
I'ma teach us to love our features.
Be real black
we gonna celebrate it.
Be real black for me.
Can you feel one? You a real one.
Be real black for me.
African king. This is from my black dads, black mums, black parents, black brothers, black sisters, black carers, black kids, black youth, black people, black babies, you're the black sequel, black companies, black business, black man, I'm rooting for you to win this, black gentlemen, black ladies, black love being black daily.
Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. The original.
No one knows the love you bring. Be real black.
I don't even know what you know about them two, but anyway, we'll go. I love that track.
Yeah, thank you.
Obviously,
thank you.
because, and you know what you were saying earlier on about if we're going to job interviews and if we're going to a function or whatever.
Yeah.
I get that, just because. Oh, and I was having a conversation with a friend at work today. That when the company I work for now, it's a black-owned company, and I was just saying, you know what, I'm so happy when I can come into work and I've got, you know, my afros out. I can wear like print to work, and you know, I'm being professional. I'm still doing my work. But I feel comfortable. I walk in and I feel comfortable. Whereas I've worked for, you know, I worked for an investment company, and
oh, bless you.
excuse me. And when I was going for the interview, I was like, I had my afro out, and I was like, oh my god, I have to put a wig on or get a weave or whatnot. And then a few weeks into it, I took it out, and I thought I'm gonna rock my afro. It was, you know, put back, tidy, whatever. And they were like, oh, kind of thing. I started this new job. I went in there. And I was like, my boss, who is like, she's an MBE, and she was just sitting there, and she's like, she had an afro out. She was fine. There was several people in there with big afros, different styled afros, and I was like, I feel
You're
it.
home now.
So yes, that's exactly what I said. Like when I walked in, I was like, yes. It's just such a shame. It's like it's a short contract, but I'm just like, I needed this. And you're right. When I'm going to a function, I'm always like, I have to go and, you know, go and get my hair done, and my hair is done. On Saturday, I went out. Shout out to the PM, who had an amazing boat party on Saturday. We're out there on the Thames, going up and down, listening to Afro beats, great 90s.
I saw that on Davina's WhatsApp
It was-
story. I didn't get no invite.
Oh, sorry. It
I'm
was
telling off you and
it's a
Davina.
girls. Next year, though. Next year, it'll be around about July.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys all about it. It was great. But, you know, I was like, oh my God, do I have to get my hair done? I was like, no. So I just rocked up in my afro, and it felt liberating.
Good for you.
I have to say, I was cool. I was fine. It was good. But I do have that whereby I'm like, oh my God, should I just do my hair? Should I have to be a certain way? Because yes, the media says that this is what looks good and this doesn't look good. But now I'm happy to say, you know, the whole Afro hair movement, glowing as a black woman, as a black man, that's
another
definitely
thing.
Here.
I know,
it's like,
but that's it's bittersweet because it's sad as well. It shouldn't be a movement.
It shouldn't
to just
be a movement,
yourself.
but it is what it is, isn't it?
It shouldn't be a movement. It should just be normal.
But it's not.
Because
unfortunately, it's not.
So normalized to not be. Now,
but it will be.
It is a movement. But it shouldn't even be a movement. It should just be normal.
What it is and
standard,
what happens.
like standard.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's being celebrated. Yeah. So yeah.
And even like when I was in Ghana earlier in the year, like in Ghanaians like to perm their hair a lot. Like I had to get my hair permed when I was young, you know, because that was what was pretty, or it was easier to manage. But I'm just so happy to see like there's a lot of Ghanaian sisters, like older ones, and they look so beautiful. Their hair's cut short, twisted up. It's just I just love it. Now when I see it, I'm like, yes. The other day I got on a train there were like, there's like 6 black women, 5 of us had afro. I was like, wow,
Nice.
I just, I love it.
That
I love
should
it.
be normal. Yeah.
Yeah, so I that's why this is one of my favorite tracks.
Oh, nice one.
And I love the bit where you say black girl magic, black boy joy.
Yeah, like that.
That's
Nice one.
So I'm beaming.
Nice
As
one.
you know, this is one of the songs that I loved everything on your album, but
Oh,
this is
nice
definitely
one,
one
thank
of the
you.
ones that I definitely identified with,
Nice
so
one.
to speak. All right, we haven't got long because we want to talk about the other thing.
Yeah.
So there's a few other tracks on your album. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Over and Under?
Over
don't
and
know-
under.
Yeah.
Okay. Over and under is just a little healthy event on life. Basically, like, we go through things. We may feel unappreciated at times, whatever. But the real message in that song is really in the end. Maybe the last 4 bars. Just talking about how we need to handle these things, because like at the end of the day, we go through life, but we don't always need to negative doom and gloom. The reason that I share a lot of that in there is because I want you to identify with me. I want you to relate to me, because it's like, I'm not just saying this to you, I'm saying this to me as well. I'm saying this to us. So yeah, that's really what Over and Under is about.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to
yeah.
play that one, I think, at the
Alright,
end.
nice one.
But guys, if you've just joined us, I'm in a studio with One,
Yo,
number 1 NE, one y'all.
Yep.
So we're talking about his music, how he got involved in his music, what he loves about it, and he's just introduced a few tracks. His latest and 4th album, studio album. I always wanted to say that. Like, his 4th
You know what?
studio album.
The thing is, yeah, mixtapes are
Don't
still
burst my
recorded in
bubble.
studios too,
I know, but it sounds better this way. Listen, leave me, Joe. One,
Yeah.
4th studio album called Authentic Soul, and I've just been schooled today because the soul, it is authentic soul as in soul music, but it also stands for source of unconditional love, and that's what this album is full of. It's just full of love for your people, should I say, our people, and just for the generations.
people,
It's for
yeah.
everybody. It's for men, it's for women, it's for everybody. It's for the young ones, like you were saying about this real black one that you were inspired to do it for your godchildren. And hopefully one day when you have your kids, well,
Yeah.
I'm not bringing that up to you guys. Don't worry, I'm not going
Yeah.
to start on you.
It's like
Because I know you could easily just turn that on me, but yeah. But what I want us to move on to our next topic, which is we're going to talk a bit about sickle cell.
Yeah.
Now, there's a track. Let's talk about that track on your album first.
Episodes.
Episodes.
Yeah.
Actually, don't introduce it. I'm gonna play it,
Okay.
and then you can take us through, and then that will fit in nicely with the next part
Alright,
of
excellent.
our conversation.
Nice.
Guys, you can see this album on SoundCloud. You can listen to it on SoundCloud. Is it on YouTube?
No, not all of the tracks are on SoundCloud. About
Okay.
5 of them are.
But so where
on
could
the
where could they
Bandcamp,
hear this?
The whole album is on Bandcamp, which
Bandcamp.
is Soul Brother 1, as in number 1 ne.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
But everything is all up on my Instagram. So if they want to go to Instagram, and I am Soul Brother 1, so SOUL, then brother, and then the number 1 in the letter NE. And then go there on Instagram. The link to the album is in the bio. All of that, you can buy it, you can stream it for free, you can
But
know
buy
what I
it.
mean? Yeah, but
Because
buy
a
it.
lot of money goes into all of these
Yeah,
things, so buy
yeah,
it
yeah.
and then listen and
Yeah, shout out
all
Burn,
of
but
that.
studio ain't free. So
Yeah,
but
studio
shout out
ain't
Burn
free.
still. Shout out Burn still.
all right. So I'm gonna play this track. It's called Episodes.
Yep.
and it features Jay Auburn,
Yep.
X Lifesavers interlude.
Okay, yeah. So X is like the new and sign, isn't it? So
Yeah,
so the
and,
Lifesavers interlude at the end is 3 people that I know that are blood donors, and they're just sharing about why they donated blood and what inspired them to do it, and how easy it is for them to do. Before you play this track, because I do not want to forget, this is a very, very important thing. 2 friends, Kenny and Chanel, I want to shout them both out. They both run campaigns to raise awareness for sickle cell. Kenny's is Sickle Can, and Chanel's is Unsickle My Cells. They are doing a blood drive right here in Brixton next Thursday, the 8th of August.
Okay.
So yeah, you can catch them on Instagram as well, and their flyers are all over it, so you can see that's going to be right here in Brixton next
Okay.
Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
nice one. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Tim says, great conversation, guys. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate you
Tim.
listening.
Blessings, King.
Yeah, and still being here. Shout out to everybody that's listening. I'm going to play this track, but whilst I'm playing, I don't know if you've got a story about sickle cell, if you know a bit about sickle cell, and you just want to join in the conversation.
Yeah.
If you have my number, you can call me. My phone, we can bring that out. You can call the WhatsApp number on +44 203 002 8483. Now this track is coming as a few minutes, but it's definitely worth the listen. So this
Yeah.
is episodes by 1. Is that it?
Yep. Real life, real life, real life, real life.
Ambulance service, tell me exactly what happened.
No joke, but I wanna laugh about it. Just a little insight for those who ask about it. 1 minute I'll be playing pool with my G's, but the same night on the machine it helped me to breathe. Day to day life a struggle, try not to let it show. Learn from my dad how to master pain, he a general. Every 4 weeks I'm getting pumped up with blood from donors who never met me, still they fill me with love. But these episodes scared a couple women off. Had a couple mini strokes, got me living difficult. Stronger than I ever been, but they got me looking soft. Got no principles, they unwanted and unpredictable. Something gotta give, but it never does, so a brother gotta live with it. What the fuck? Still, I'd rather go through it myself than watch my brother suffer. Sickle cell is a mother.
It's just another episode.
What's the point? I feel it in every joint.
Episode. Yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way, sorry, it's been a long day.
Episode.
Taking every hit, we struggle but never quit.
Episode. You
Survive
know,
and stay true and believe it, get through it. Yeah. I need a little more of that morphine. Cause I look like you'll never tell I'm in pain. We'll do the same thing but won't recover the same way. Every day's a fight for us to get through it. Faith to just do it, drink enough fluid. Near impossible to see it without a crisis. We live inside us but it don't define us. Pressure make diamonds and pain refine us. When my brown liquor I need yak provided. Prefer that over morphine, cause I ain't had a day pain free since 2014. Apologies for what you're seeing. We're dealing with a lot, not to mention our mental well-being. Try and maintain positive energy, rich aura. Chronic pain sufferers, no strangers to trauma. We gotta fight like Tyson did. Welcome to the life we live. Say
it's
a
just
prayer for
another
us.
episode.
What's the point? I feel it in every joint.
Episode. Yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way, sorry, it's been a long day.
Episode.
Taking every hit, we struggle but never quit.
Episode. You
Survive
know,
and stay true and believe
know,
it, get through it. My love to every single donor worldwide. It's because of you that people like me is still alive, whether blood or an organ. And we can never play it down, cause
you were the reason we survived. To the nurses who got us at the press of a buzzer. To the loved ones who cover us in prayer when we suffer. To the paramedics picking us up when we at our worst. We ain't the morphine fiends, just everywhere's murked. You see my character in 2 dimensions, because my struggle doesn't match expressions. Yes, that's all that you know. Just a new episode. Wish I could see the dream of a new shore to set me free, but you know, it's just another episode.
What's the point? I feel it in every joint.
Episode, yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way, sorry, it's been a long day.
Episode,
Taking every hit, we struggle but never quit.
episode, you
Survive
know,
and stay true and believe it, we'll get through it.
Okay, so that was your track
Yeah,
called Episode.
yeah.
And when I heard that track for the first time, it hurt me. And it's because you're really telling us, like, I don't have sickle cell, like, you know, many people. So it's just like, you know, sickle cell, when somebody's having a crisis, we know that they're in pain. But then you go in and you're talking about, you know, how it feels. And then you said you haven't been pain free since 2014.
Yeah.
And that's difficult. You're my family, you're my cousin. You're my little cousin. And when I hear this song, and I've seen you in hospital during a crisis, and that was hard, but you know, listening to the song as well, and nobody wants to hear that pain and then also see the pain, but I think it's something that it's definitely something we should talk about. And thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. I know initially we said we were just going to talk about your music, but I thought that this track was really important, just to bring an awareness, so to speak, about sickle cell. So there's some people who don't know what sickle cell is.
Yeah, a lot of
So
people
do you
don't,
want to maybe just tell us a little bit? I could do, but I don't think I would do the justice. So
Alright, cool.
what is sickle cell?
Yeah, so basically sickle cell is a blood disorder where, like, basically everybody's blood, I'm going to try and use my hands to demonstrate for those that are watching on YouTube or thing. Where's the camera? It's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's red blood cells is a perfect circle like that, like a full moon basically. And then with sickle cell, your blood cells, your red blood cells are not a full circle, they're crescent shapes, like sickle shaped. Basically, just say you got a Jaffa cake and you take a big bite into it and it's just that little moon bit left. That's what ours are. Now because they're like that, firstly they don't carry enough oxygen around the body, and secondly they've got corners, so they can clot up in corners like joints. That's why the pain is in the joints. So you can get it in your shoulders, elbows, wrists, you can get it in your chest and back as well, hips, knees, ankles. Like sometimes it can be in multiple joints at the same time, and it causes extreme pain, extreme agony, and it's treated through a lot of pain relief, like strong pain relief, like morphine and codeine and higher doses of it as well as blood transfusions as well. And I suppose the reason that I wrote this song, because this song was also a new addition to it. So where I said it was already 6 songs and then I wrote 2 new ones while we was recording, that was Real Black and Episodes. They're the 2 new songs. And like having conversations with people, like if I'm off work and I'm sick or I'm hospitalized or whatever, and then after I'm written off and then I come back to work, people that never knew about it will ask about it because they always see me and I'm just like them. So that's why I said, because I look like you'll never tell I'm in pain, kind of thing. But it only gets to the hospital level when it's like really, really extreme. A lot of people, not just myself, a lot of people will still carry on their day-to-day life in pain until it gets to the point like, until it gets to that point where the pain is just so intense that it's difficult to move, it's difficult to breathe, it's difficult to do anything. And that's when a lot of people decide to turn themselves in, and we do firm it for a while before then. But it causes a lot of pain. It can cause people strokes. It can contribute to a lot of different things, like and it can tackle people's organs as well. But the reason I did it was not just to raise awareness, because a lot of people don't know about it and don't have a lot of knowledge about it, but also I wanted to put a positive spin on it. And so I battled myself for a little while because I didn't know how I could put that song out for it to have a positive purpose. And so for me, I feel that the Lifesavers interlude at the end, coming from real people that donate blood, real blood donors, was more important than the song itself. But the song was needed to understand why the blood donations were important. So I thought, rather than me tell you, I want them to tell you, because they do it. They go to blood drives and they donate blood. And they go to blood donor centres and they donate blood. So I want it to come from them, and they shared their stories of why they do it. So that's the interlude at the end of the song, and there's 3. So I want to shout out Picasso. That's my longest standing brother. We go back probably about 29-30 years. Lived on the same road, went to the same primary school, secondary school. His son is also one of my godchildren as well. So he's the first one on there. There's Ayak Thiek. I want to thank her as well for sending that voice note in, and also Ryan Now. I want to thank all of them and everybody else worldwide that is blood donors, nurses and doctors that help, everyone that contributes to doing something about it. I just want to thank everyone, paramedics, everyone. So on behalf of all of us.
Okay, I'm gonna play that bit.
Oh, the interlude for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that in a little while. Like, I want to talk a little bit more about it.
All right, nice one.
So who does sickle cell affect most? What community?
It mainly affects the black community, but it doesn't only affect the black community. It doesn't only affect Africans and Caribbeans. There are Europeans, Mediterranean people that either have traits or full blown and suffer with it as well. So it does extend, but the majority of those that suffer are Africans and Caribbean people. But the issue that is being a problem right here is that there are 15,000 people identified in the UK, in this country, that have sickle cell, but only 1% of blood donors are actually black. Like, for example, a lot of people that do receive blood and it's not just 1 unit of blood that they receive. It could be up to 12. Like me myself, sometimes it's either between 7 or 12 units each time. And so not only are there 15,000 people identified with it here, there's a shortage of black blood donors. So that's why I felt, you know what, this is what the purpose for this song is. It wasn't just show everyone, feel sorry for me or nothing like that. It was never anything like that. If it didn't have a purpose, the song wouldn't have gone out. It only went out because of that Lifesavers interlude. They're the reason that I was able to put it out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Obviously, so sickle cell, if your parents, both your mum and your dad, obviously has the trait.
Yeah.
They don't have sickle cell, but they have the cell that carries it. They have the blood type that carries it.
The genotype, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know. I don't know my blood type. In England, and I've asked my GP several times. So unless you are pregnant, that's what I was told. If you're pregnant, or then they will tell you your blood type, but they won't tell you otherwise. And I put to my doctor, well, what if I want to make a decision that, what if I carry, I have the trait, and I meet somebody who has it? I want to be able to also make an informed decision on that. And he was just literally like, you can go private, but it's not something that they check for. I don't know if that was him just fobbing me off or not.
Okay.
But that's so your mum and dad obviously have it. And what is the blood type?
The genotype. It's not your blood type. Your blood type is just the group that your blood is in. But the genotype is what shows you whether you are full-blown SS or SC or AS or AA. AA means you don't have the trait. AS means you have the trait. SC is a less lethal version of sickle cell, and SS is it like full-blown. So SC, you still have it, but SS is full-blown, like no holds barred, like your blood is just clapped, if that makes a sense. So to find out your genotype, it is just go to either if your GP isn't helpful, then I'd say pop into a hospital and request a blood test to find out your genotype, because just let them know the reason you want to find out your genotype, because you are planning for children. You are planning for children, so you want to just tell them.
Just want to send a shout out to everybody who's also still listening. So a few new listeners. Sue Mason says that she's loving the show. Great message to the public, Junior.
Oh, wicked. Mama Sue.
Justice Law says sickle cell, it's hard to hear and I feel your pain. Mohammed Azim says yes, bro. Good evening to Jane, who's also joined us. Your nephew Kofi is listening, and Kofi, shout out to you, to
shout out Kofi,
Raymond,
shout out Azim,
Daniel, yes, shout out to all of you guys.
All of you.
He said uncle's looking fly. It's your nephew.
Oh mate, you reckon I'm trying to be like you, bruv?
Also Linda is listening. Linda's like our cousin. She says that Amanda said myself and Joanna are here listening.
Oh, nice.
So she means her
Amanda
mum.
and Joanna, come on.
Linda says that Motown's won.
Let
me get with the program. One's song on sickle cell has made me think how close it is to our family, as we have lost a dear cousin to this disease, and we did. A few years ago, we lost one of our cousins who also had full-blown sickle cell, and it's something that we always hold you and your brother in praise for, and it's one of those things that you can't, there's only so much of it that you can control. I know that sometimes you talk about maybe your diet and just looking after yourself more. How do you try and make sure that you don't have as many go into crisis as much as possible, more.
You can do your best, but the thing with these episodes, they are very, very unpredictable. They're very, very unpredictable, but like some of the biggest triggers is dehydration. So like most people that know me always know my right hand to be this big bottle of water, 1.5 liters. I'll rather leave home without my phone than without this bottle. Without this bottle, like that's like one of my lifelines right there. So to stay hydrated, that's very, very important. Keeping hydrated. Also, cold weather, like an extreme changes in weather, is a big trigger as well. So like I've got like a drawer full of long johns, just trapped with long johns and thermal vests, so that when it does start getting colder for the winter months, that drawer is my go-to from October all the way to March. In this country, let's just say May, because let's face it, summer don't really come on time like that over here. But just trying to be as healthy and active as I can. I pretty much walk a lot. Walk a lot. Try and keep healthy, little exercises and stuff like that. And I'm making steps when it comes to my diet, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna gas it up that my diet is completely green, but I am making some efforts. You're
trying as best as possible, because at the end of the day also, that's a big part of your life. But you are still a young 30-something-year-old man, trying to live life as well, and just and I don't want to use the word be as normal, but you know, like you said in your song, like on every other day, like you just like any other person. So how do you, I don't know, what are your personal feelings
to
just, you know, just trying to get on with life, and then, you know, getting these going into crisis, and
to be
just having to obviously keeping an eye on your diet and what you do as a person, what you wear. It's something that's important, what climate you're in, and things like that. How do you, like, do you ever have a time when you're just like, you know, I'm fed up, I'm just gonna, this is what I want to do today? Or I'm assuming it's a conscious decision every day that you've got to look after yourself.
You know what?
And if you tell me otherwise, I'm gonna hit you.
To be completely honest, I don't dwell on the things that I can't do. I just do the things that I can do. And as busy as life can get, I do feel that I do make sure that I do get a significant amount of rest in there, even if I'm not sleeping,
you're just relaxing.
I try and get some rest in there. When it comes to, what was the other part of the question?
It's just, you know, life, just balancing your medical situation with, you know, trying to be like just any other 30-year-old guy who wants to go out and enjoy himself.
I don't
live life.
I don't really compare myself to other people. I do what I can do when I can do it, and when I can't, I can't. And I know when to tap out. I'm with time, through time and age and everything, I'm getting better at reading my body and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like, for example, basically I'm tapping out earlier than I would have tapped out in my 20s and stuff like that, with all the things. But I'm just getting a bit more better at reading my body over time, and that's just it, really. I'm not comparing myself to other people. I'm not like, oh, he's doing that, let me go and do that as well. Nah, if I don't want to do it, I ain't gonna do it. And that's the bottom line with everything. Like, you know what I mean?
Obviously your brother's not here, so we won't go there, but I do want to send a shout out to your brother. This weekend, he it was really random. I was out and it was about maybe 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
In central London, and I felt ill. So I was trying to go up to the top of the road to find some medication, see if anything was open, and I just kind of got really sick, so I kind of bowled over and I was down, and then this guy was walking on the other side of the road. This is how random this is. Like, I don't see your brother that much.
Yeah.
So we literally, like, and he was like, Sheila. And I was like, I know this voice, but I was in pain, so I didn't really hear it.
Yeah.
And I just saw this guy running across the road, and at first I was like, oh my God. And it was him. He literally, he was there, and I was like, I'm in pain, Pops. I need some painkillers. And this guy ran. I don't know, like Usain Bolt, forget him. He ran to his car, came with some painkillers. Like, are you alright? Stay here. So I wanted to send a shout out to Pops for being my my knight.
Hero in that.
My hero. But I also have to send a shout out to my other friend Duke, who really also really looked after me. My cousin was there. There's a few people there, but thank you guys for really looking after me on Saturday night. Should have had my ass at home, but I was out enjoying life. So thank you, Pops.
Love.
When it comes to making like relationship decisions, because you're possibly maybe that age where you might be thinking that I want to settle down and all of that is, do you think about, is it okay, I fall in love with who I fall in love with, or do you have to step back and make the decision that actually I have sickle cell, and if the woman that I end up being with, if she has the trait as well, is that something that you think you think about?
Yeah, I'm quite open. So like for example, when I'm talking to someone, from the very early stages, it's one of the first conversations I had, because I'm quite intentional as well, and I know what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to achieve, and all of that. It's one of the first conversations that I'll always have. I'm like, I'll always bring it up.
Yeah.
Even if it ain't brought up, I will make a way to bring it up very, very early on. And I'll be like, okay, this is a condition that I have, and I'll speak in detail of how it's impacted me, but in what it means in regards to me passing down the trait end of things. So it is something that, because I'm quite transparent, I do talk about from early. Early.
And do you think that hinders some relationships? Have people step back from potentially having a long-term relationship because of your sickle cell? Because you're that guy, you're that lovable guy anyway. So of course,
behave. Basically, in some situations, it has, and I think I did touch on it in the song as well. In some situations, like if I'm speaking to someone and everything's going smooth and all of that, and I've let them know and all of that, they're aware of it, like logically they're aware of it, but then they haven't seen it, and it gets different when something does happen later on down the line in a couple months or whatever, and they see me in that situation, whether it's weeks later, months later, or whatever, and they see me in that situation, they see me in the hospital, they see me and all of that. That's when it's visual and it's real. So it's just one of them situations, and that's when sometimes some people have stepped back from it, then when it becomes a bit more real. But now, everybody, it's not just a thing that I need to make a decision for my future. She also needs to make a decision for her future. Is this something that you want to be a part of your future? I'd rather, if you're gonna step away because of it, I'd rather you step away now than this is raga. So, like, you know what I mean? Then so for me, Yeah. Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You've told us how a crisis is treated,
Yeah.
and I'm going to play the interlude,
Okay, nice one. Yeah.
because definitely these are
These
You're-
all three of them are all blood donors.
yeah.
All three of them.
Okay. Yeah. I actually, before I do play that,
Yeah.
if a person, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
can't give blood,
Yeah.
what else can somebody do? Is that the only thing that you can do to? I don't know if a contribution is the thing, and is that the only thing you can do to help?
If someone can't, they can still like whether it's raise awareness or something
Yeah.
like that,
Okay.
because they will almost indefinitely have access to people that can.
Yeah.
So if they are like for example, the two campaigns I was telling you about, Kenny
What were they
Sickle Can, Kenny runs Sickle Can, and Chanel runs Unsickle My Cells. There are others as well, like I want to shout out Hayley, Sienna's Smile, and also Michael Street Foundation as well. I want to shout out all of them that do their bit and go above and beyond to raise awareness for sickle cell and blood drives. But even if it's something like retweeting something that they've put on Twitter, or reposting and sharing something they've put on Instagram, or anything like that, because you've got people following you that aren't following them, so you are expanding their audience and pushing their message forward
Yeah.
at the click of a button on your phone. So even things like that is really helping. So for example, me myself, I can't give blood, but I will, when I see stuff that they've posted and I'm scrolling on the timeline, I will share that out, or I'll put it in my WhatsApp story or something like that. And there are people that have my number on my WhatsApp story, or have me on Instagram, that aren't following them, and they're seeing it, and they can make their decision if they want to go through it or not. But we are then expanding their audience. So things like that, everything can help. Everything can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play
The interlude.
the interlude.
Nice one.
It's coming up. Is it this?
Yep. It's this one.
Black people are the most likely to be suffering from sickle cell and need blood transfusions, but at the same time have the lowest number of donors. I decided to give blood because I wanted to be part of something that could help change that. I mean, it's humbling because it's something that's so easy to do, but at the same time, you could be saving someone's life.
My name's Ayak, and last month my best friend and I donated blood for the first time through the ACLT charity. This has quickly become something important to me after learning of the shortage of African and Caribbean blood and stem cell donors on the register, and how vital blood is to those suffering from sickle cell, leukemia and other blood disorders. Not forgetting those who need transfusions for other reasons, such as blood loss during childbirth, major surgery, and let's keep it 100, knife and gun violence. Taking these factors into account, the lack of regular black donors becomes all the more worrying. If you feel inspired to donate, please contact the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust through their website, aclt.org, to find out how you can register and give blood, and or join the stem cell or transplant register. Thanks a lot.
Hey, I'm Ryan now, and I just wanted to talk about the importance of giving blood, especially for people in our community that are suffering with sickle cell. Imagine having a condition and having a crisis, and you're at the will of other people's generosity and donation of their blood. You know, we've got plenty of it, and if we can be a match and if we can help someone else, then it's definitely our duty as the black community male and female, to do that. So make sure you go online, book an appointment, go to your local blood bank, and at least speak to them, see if you can help, and if you can help, please do help, and spread the word. You know, if all of us did this, then there would be more than enough options for the people that are in need. So it's our duty. We produce more than enough of it. If you're, get checked out, if you're healthy and you're in a position to give, we must 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 give.
I'm sorry, I had this on mute.
Oh.
And I just want you to send a shout out to just the 3 people that were on there.
Yeah.
Also the millions of people who do support, sickle cell victims and just give blood and do their bit. Do you want to send a message out?
Yep. I'm going to shout out Jared Benjamin, that's Picasso, Ayak Feek and Ryan Now, and everybody else that give blood, all of you, thank you. Anybody that's thinking about giving blood, whatever questions you have, you can just turn up to a blood drive and you can ask them questions. Nobody's going to force you or pressure you to stick a needle in your arm or anything like that. It's completely your choice. It's your body, it's your choice. You can ask people questions. You can ask people that already give blood questions about how it is. Those 3 shared their experiences in the interlude and why they do it. And I'm sure you can catch someone, even if you just put in the hashtag on Instagram, you will probably find pictures and accounts of people that donate blood, and you can DM them and ask them about it. If there's anything you're scared about, speak to a nurse or whatever, and just go for it. Don't just sit there. If it's something that you want to do, then find out the information about it, and then if that puts your mind at ease, then go ahead and do it.
And so you also said that, for those people who actually physically can't and who can't for whatever reason,
whatever medical issue, they can't, or I've been told by somebody that they weren't allowed to because they were too small, they were underweight, and because when you give blood, it's a unit, which is a pint, but if you're underweight and you're short in stature and small size, they may not be able to take some from you. Obviously there may be some medical issues that they may not be able to and stuff like that, but just ask questions. And if you can't and there's something else you want to do, as I said, just share the information. Even if you don't want to type it up yourself, just a little retweet or the share button from any of these campaigners and any of these charities that are raising awareness, just press retweet and press share and repost it in your WhatsApp story and your Instagram feed, and just help the information go out. Just help raise the awareness. Really help. Do things like that. Do what you can. In those things, even sharing, it's simple. Like I've shared some of them while I'm sitting on a train going about my business. It doesn't interfere with what you're doing. It is just a share. That's it. Just a button on your phone.
Share.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We share a lot of jokes on WhatsApp. We share a lot of, but this is a matter of life and death. Literally. So share,
Yeah.
guys.
That's the thing. If you
Um,
can share memes, you can share information. I
This-
share a lot of memes, so
You
I
do.
can also share a lot of information too.
You do.
So,
It's
so yeah,
fine. Yeah, you do.
yeah,
But you know, you also do send some really great stuff, and you do send a lot about, you know, sickle cell. And I feel like even if you didn't have it, it would definitely also be a cause that
yeah.
you would. Really,
Yeah, because I follow those pages on
yeah.
Instagram, so it comes up on my feed quite
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's been a great show
Yeah,
this evening.
it
Like I
has.
said, I really appreciate that you've come in. I've got lots of questions to
Oh,
ask
nice.
you
Yeah,
about, like, you know, about the sickle cell, but
yeah.
a few of the questions I'm struggling with, I don't think I'm going to get through asking you them,
Okay.
especially on air. But you know, maybe another time.
Okay. All right. Nice.
It's
one.
not. It's me. I'm not up to like going into that with
Okay,
you.
no worries.
But you know, I really appreciate that you've come in and you shared your story. It can't be easy. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, even just being somebody who's just watching from the outside, it's hard. I don't know if you know, the first time I came into hospital and to see you and you'd had a crisis, I had to leave the hospital a few times because I'm not used to seeing you so vulnerable and just there with needles in you, and it really brings to, you know, and like Linda was saying, that we've lost a cousin to it. So growing up, I knew that you guys had it. I knew he had it. And then one minute he was just gone, you know, and then it was just like, crap, this is real, for real. So, you know, if you can give blood, please do. If you can, you know, just share, talk to people about it, find out some more information about it, and just talk to people about it, because there might be somebody who might be able to, or just didn't know that they needed to do this. You know, sharing it will save lives, it will prolong people's lives, and it will just give them more comfortable lifestyle. It's you know, it's a real thing. So thank you for coming in.
No worries. Thank you for inviting
to us
me.
about it,
Thank you.
and you know, drop in a few of that your musical knowledge, add in LL Cool J then in your list, but that's okay. We heard.
I have to.
We've got to send a shout out to Gina Tete, who says
Hey,
yes.
Gina.
One. She said she's very proud of you. I'm very proud of him
thank you.
too. We're all very proud of you,
Thank you.
because you're doing a lot. My sister's just joined. This 3 minutes to go, sis. But welcome.
African time,
I
man.
think she was probably listening already, because you know, my nephew was on there.
Yeah.
And I think my mum was listening, so shout out to you, mum. To everybody that's listening today.
Shout out auntie.
Yeah, shout out all the aunties.
All the aunties.
All
Every
the
one of them.
aunties, and and the whole family and everybody else that's just listened, all
Yep.
the friends.
Yep. Shout out Azim. Shout out Gerald. Shout out Tim, Gina, Sue. All the names that I'm remembering. If I've missed out any, please.
I could remember because I'm looking at it.
There was DJ
So
Ice as well,
Jessica,
wasn't there?
DJ Ice. 1 2 3 Smoothie.
1 2 3 Smoothie.
Yeah. Young Jimmer. I'm not sure who.
Young
Jimmer.
Jimmer.
Says, "Is this Papa's brother?" Yes.
Young Jimmer. Shout
Young
out
Jimmer. This has to be one of the Jimmers, right? Yo, fam.
Whichever one it is.
Which one of the Jimmers
and
are
Junior
you?
and Amanda.
Yeah.
And don't forget.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Linda.
Joanna.
I might just play that in it. Hi, Auntie Jojo. Beat Life Media.
Beat Life.
Yeah, shout out to
Driver.
Duke. Yeah, to Dirty Spice.
Dirty Spice.
Yeah, shout out to Rochelle Marsden.
Rochelle.
Who's your people are really.
Baby sis, yeah.
That name's familiar. Rochelle Marsden. But I don't know why.
Baby sis, man. Baby sis.
Oh, okay, baby
what you
sis.
saying, yeah?
Alright, so hi, shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
To James, to Raymond, to Daniel, to Max Ruby,
Max
Toby,
Ruby,
to
Toby,
the family,
Jess, whole fam.
Junior, Benji,
Yeah.
everybody.
Since you just shouted out Rochelle, I got a shout out. Belated birthday. It was her birthday this week.
Okay.
So shout out to you. And since you're shouting out Junior and Benji and everyone,
Yeah.
it's Michael's birthday next week.
Oh, Saturday.
Happy birthday for you
Oh, yeah.
in advance.
In advance. He's
Yeah.
probably out working or
Yeah.
doing some enjoyments. But yeah, shout out to everybody. We had a really nice family thing a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward
at
to the next one.
I'm at the next one.
Yeah, you couldn't make it.
Yeah, I'm at the
unfortunately,
next one. I'm
but
at the next one.
the next one you'll be there.
Yeah.
And we'll see you over the weekend again anyway. So
Definitely.
yeah, shout out to everyone. I want to play out. We've got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so obviously I've been selecting all the songs that I love the most.
Nice one.
So I'm going to allow you to choose one song
All
from
right,
your
all right.
own album, one that you
All right.
liked.
Cool. You've played some of my favorites too, but one I'll choose Angel Over Me. That one's very, very important to me because the first verse is actually dedicated to lady that's very important to me from my old church that I used to go to. And the first verse, I'm actually sharing her testimony, her story through that, of how she dealt with her cancer and what was going on in her life. Thank God that she's not got it no more. But yeah, this the first verse was a story, so I wrote that.
So
for her.
is this which one is this?
Angel Over Me.
Angel Over Me, yes.
Yeah, and shout out my brother Losh that's on this song with me.
Okay. And Jane says that it's a very informative conversation and
Nice
must that we support each other in this.
Yeah.
Very true, because you never know. And our community also don't tend to really talk about when we're ill or when there's something like that. So you
so
never know who's in
shout out
a
Jen for that
family.
comment,
that is suffering with something, but they're not talking about it. So that too. And Jessica was like my little brother. Yeah, she was feeling for you. We will do.
Bless her, man. Bless everyone.
But yeah,
Love.
I'm gonna play us out with Angel Over Me.
Also want to shout out Tom Kambata. He produced this.
To who?
Tom Kambata. He produced this.
Kambata.
Yeah,
Kambata.
Kambata.
Hey,
he
God.
produced this.
This is a proper East Londoner.
And this song also appears on his album Applied Algorithms, as he produced a whole album and got like MCs and singers and stuff to do his tracks. So yeah, this song Angel Over Me is on my album and his album. So shout out Tom Kambata, Applied Algorithms, and don't forget to go and get the album Authentic Soul from soulbrother1.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
And the
Buy
Instagram is soulbrother1, number 1 letter N letter E.
Number 1 letter N letter E.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having
also,
me.
just before we go, can you just give us the social media handles for the ACLT
Instagram
and so forth? Yeah.
ACLT is ACLT Charity, all as one word. Sickle Can, that's Kenny's one, which is SICKLEKAN _ Sickle Can _ Chanel's is Unsickle My Cells, all as one word.
Wow.
And that's them all on Instagram.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh, sorry, 2 more. I forgot. Michael Street Foundation, MSFDN. Yeah. And Sienna Smile, CIANNAS Smile, all as one word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You done?
Yeah. I'm done. I'm finished.
Okay. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Really
guys,
appreciate that.
Yeah, it was great to have you in the studio. And so, guys, thank you very much if you have joined in with the conversation.
Hey, it's 10 o'clock, man.
Exactly.
It's 10 o'clock. It's been a long day.
And we're just going to leave it here. We've got a lot more to talk about, but today, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for your patience and listening to us, and hope you have a great, wonderful and blessed day. And I'm going to play us out with the only song one was allowed to actually choose this evening, because I've been, I took over. But he wants to play out with Angel Over Me, and that's a track from his 4th studio album. I like saying studio album. 4th studio album, which is called Authentic Soul. Authentic Soul Music. And also, what does it stand for?
Source of Unconditional Love.
So, bam.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just gonna play that out. Have a great week, y'all.
Nice one.
My whole world is my daughter and my son. That's my princess and my prince. I had a husband too. He left me when I got sick. Now that's a single mother struggle. Already, what make it harder is I'm starting chemotherapy, yo. Fighting cancer in my body, fighting doubt on my mind. I can't even imagine leaving my babies behind. Praying to the Lord for healing day and night. I cry. Thank the Lord for my mama who came by my side. Sacrifices were made, though I barely felt blessed. I understood my faith was being put to the test. Heard the negative thoughts, heard the doctor's reports, but I decided I'm believing the promises of the Lord through the difficult time. Through my body's decline, my family struggle, but believe, keep positive, right? A battle I never wanted, but to win it I'm on it. Trials and tribulations kept my family solid. One love.
I had a close one yesterday. God put an angel over me. I'm so grateful for today, and I'm hopeful for tomorrow. I had a close one yesterday. God put an angel over me. So I put my trust in him. So I put my trust in him. Oh yeah, oh. I had a close one yesterday. An angel's over me. Meet John and his little Rollie. Both on the block, playing innocently. On the same block they play drug dealers trade. All through the night and the day, their mother cries every time that she prays that they will not be led astray by the world that surrounds them. So she sends them to church in the hopes that they both will stay grounded in faith. Alright, meet Drew from a rival crew. He's new, and he's got some things to do to show that he's not soft, yeah, he's down for the cause. So he rolls to the block and he lets it spray. I guess you'd expect me to say that one of these boys was hit by a stray, but guess what? No, not today, now. I had a close one yesterday. God put an angel over me. I'm